Well, people of God, I would like to welcome you back
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to Conversations
with
Cases.
Cases and a plus one.
Yes, this is
A round
a
of
special
applause.
episode, special edition, y'all. Well, your girl Aji here,
And it's girl DK on your favorite
and your girl.
She did.
She dropped it. Very, very happy to have you, y'all, joining this beautiful conversation that's gonna be so fun and instructive.
Yes.
So, how are you guys? How are you ladies? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was your week?
How was your week?
Week's been eventful.
Yeah.
Easy, but it's been good. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Praise God. Yeah, you D?
I've been blessed. I've been, God has been so good and so faithful. That's all I have to say.
Oh, praise God.
What
for
about
his
you?
Faithfulness. God has been good indeed. Yes, it's been an interesting week as usual. Life is life in as usual, but praise God for that. Because it's part of the human experience.
It is indeed.
It is what it is.
It is.
So yeah, we're enjoying. God is good.
Yeah, but I think I'm just so excited right now. So I think we should just dive into
Yes,
the topic
we
for
should.
today, because I think lately, man, have been the topic of our, of our life. I'm not gonna lie, we're old. Hey, God forbid, I'm not old.
Talk for yourself.
Talk for yourself.
I'm not old.
I'm not claiming that on me.
No, we're
No.
just young, but we are, at the prime age of, getting to know the other side so that we can someday just
Collaborate,
live together.
Interesting. Wait. Where did we go just now? Wait. Do you have anything to say about this comment just now? What's going on, man? We live together.
I'm just joking. So that one day,
I mean, we all live together regardless.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why
we
I
are
just-
on the same planet in the first instance. We are sharing the same spaces, and they happen to be part of it,
yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes.
Thank you.
But I mean, y'all understood where she stands. So where do you stand when we speak about the other, our counterparts, the other gender? Let's keep it gender. Let's keep it scientific. I love it.
I don't hate them. Do I like them? That's questionable. I just think that recently, men are very interesting.
I would say that very interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting. What do you mean by interesting, ladies? I want some more adjectives.
I didn't know that men are they can be dumb.
Well,
Especially like, for example, like we all go to church. Do you know what I mean? So obviously when you go to church, you're expected to, in your head, you're thinking, oh, when you see a man, you're thinking, oh, like this man is going to follow
Christ.
Like, he has God in his heart, like he reads the word and stuff like that. And yeah, some people, they don't really reflect God. They reflect Satan. That's okay.
But sometimes you need to understand that the church, well, the building per se, is the hospital.
That is true.
But
When you keep doing the same mistakes over and over again, I'm sorry. It means that you're not trying to, to get better. It means that, like, you're willing to stay in the same cycle over and over again. It's like you're being a victim. And it's like, why are you being a victim? Like, I'll say when you're in Christ, you're supposed to, God is going to use whatever, like, you've been through to, to, like, show people, or, like, let's say, for example, like, oh, she came from a broken home, but, like, due to the fact, like, she had faith in me, like, God is going to display his glory through your story. Do you get it? So it's like,
And yet we are not seeing the glory in your story yet.
We're not even seeing light. We're seeing darkness. Quite as well.
Oh my God! So sometimes we see lights, but it's not always. You mean because Doomsaw is sort of comes on and then
It's like they have
they have their moments. Their good
Yeah.
moments.
1 week is light, 1 week is no light.
Aish.
But even the light, we need to, every single time I feel like, reading the word, you realize that when it comes to light, obviously, God said that we are the light of the world. But also at the same time, you need to check for the source of the light.
She was going there.
Because, the
Yeah,
enemy can do the same thing. Like, I feel like sometimes we forget that the enemy, is to be
The
like
light.
God. Just to, he's disobedient.
I mean, he was
due.
created like
Yeah.
at the angel of
Yeah.
light. I mean,
Yeah, so.
yeah, as you said, they're reflecting Satan.
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially, like, I don't know why, but like, I feel like, especially like this year, this topic of relationship, love, and stuff, like, this year's been really.
Out there. But I think it's
Yeah.
because the standard has dropped. So we don't really have a standard that is the standard that the society has shown upon us. So the standard of God is not more the one that it's the prime.
It's not the foundation.
It's not the foundational one. So I think it's kind of like, because there are a lot of families that are just broken families. There are a lot of like parents that are not even together anymore nowadays. But it's because the foundation is not rooted from God. Like it's not Christ-centered. So I think the reason why they're like teaching us a lot about, relationship is so that we do the opposite of what the society has been doing, if you know what I mean. Because at the end of the day, if you think about it, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything before people come and kill me because.
Please expose yourself.
But I feel like the whole movement of feminism.
They're gonna come after us, mate. For sure.
I think the whole movement of feminism was the one that kind of like broke down the families. But then I can't really blame them. I can't blame them because there's a reason why they said, you know what, but it's all mental.
I mean, I feel like we've gone too far for probably like when something that started as good intentions, as we spoke about I think we spoke about it last time, but when we start with good intentions and then it goes too far, that's how we are. Well, that's where we are going towards, but we are already there. Like the too far is right now. It's too far. We should stop and reassess and, get some more balance about this, about, feminism, about the left in general, and about the society going a bit too towards the extremes.
I have mixed feelings about that. Because I feel like, especially in our generation, I feel like there's some women that, are willing to, they don't feel like they need to, whether to have a man in their lives or whatever. But also at the same time, I feel like there's some women that are craving for like that love. That they're craving for, to have someone by their side. So do I think that feminism is a problem for our generation? I don't think so. I feel like our generation is more like, I realize that like there's some people, there's some girls, there's some women, whatever, like they they have this feeling of, oh, I don't want to be with anyone, like, yeah, like, they see themselves as equal as men, which in the eyes of God, like,
Yeah, but
are we equal? That's a conversation. but I feel like, like,
I mean,
I don't
that's what
say,
they're all about, though.
yeah.
So.
Don't say like, oh, like, yeah, like, I don't want to be controlled by a man, I don't want to submit to a man and stuff like that. Deep down, they crave for that love.
Oh yeah, because next thing you see, you will find them married.
It's called biology.
Do you know what I mean? Them love and stuff like that. So it's like, feminism, do I think it's a problem nowadays? I don't think so.
But I think that's
But
where it all
that's the thing.
started.
That's the thing, though. Like, think about it. Feminism is about wanting women to be equal to men, which is, according to biology, is a myth. It's not true. It cannot stand.
Yeah.
Like, women are not men.
Yeah.
Men cannot be women either. So, if there is a scientific way that men are different from women, and feminism is trying to rip that away, which is so not safe for either sides, actually, for me. Because we're seeing men being surprised, and then we're seeing women fighting and trying to have it all together. We're wanting to have it all, but it's so tough. Like, it's so tough to try to have it all together, like have it all in one person. Like, you wanna be a mom, you wanna be a wife, you wanna work hard and, you know, advance your career and do all of that as a woman. Good luck. It's tough. Because we also, as women, we have cycles. We are not strong as men. And there are so many hormonal things that are going through in our bodies that men do not experience whatsoever. So yeah, we gotta acknowledge that. And I wouldn't define feminism as bad. It's not bad because we are here because of the fight that has gone.
Honestly,
yeah, we are here. We can do what we're doing right now.
But
Even
that's
now.
why I'm saying that it's not a bad thing.
It's not
as
a bad
well,
thing. It's
because
just
women were suppressed. Like,
that
we
was us
have
before.
big women in the Bible who actually made a whole lot of a difference to our whole nation. But then somehow, women, you have to do this. Like, they literally did not have a.
You don't have a say.
Yeah, literally, they didn't have an. Hey, English. They didn't have any say. The only thing that they were meant to be doing was just procreating and just stay home and just look after them. That's it. So I hear it. I understand why, you know, they've started this whole movement. But hey, we went too far.
I'm very grateful for it, to be honest. I can be where I am right now because of also that. And so I'm very grateful, honestly. But we've gone too far. And we are coming to the point where we are suppressing men. And we are not having the manly men that we need because...
Don't even go there. Because if I open
the
this
manly and godly
I think you should
and
open
manly.
your mouth. Just say it.
Go for it. So, yeah. So, that's the problem right now. So, what do we do? Like, we want them, but we don't want them. What do you say?
I feel like men nowadays are very, very sassy.
Sassy. They have an attitude.
They do.
Like,
I mean, it's
you know,
our fault.
I don't know why, but like, I always thought, even when I was younger, when I see like my parents, for example, when I see my mom and my dad, like my dad is the type of man that, you know, like he has his emotions and everything. But then, when I see men nowadays, I'm like, yo, I can't lie, guys. They're saying emotions that I don't need to see. Especially if me and you are not together, like, please. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, the attitude.
Especially towards a girl that you like. What's that about?
Yeah. What's that about?
Like, why are you so sassy?
Okay, guys, I need some examples because, you know, I'm the mommy here. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Please take it away.
Please give me some example, like some, you know, some stories. I need stories.
I feel like...
Give me one experience of sassiness that you've experienced that you like, Charlie. This one, never again. You've got many.
She got many. Look at her eyes right now.
She's like, you just have to choose between them. Come on, give me the sassiest one that you got.
You don't have to say the names.
Yeah, I mean,
I was now gonna say the names.
Okay, let's call them John.
I'm not gonna expose them yet, but
Let's call them John. So John was doing what?
No.
Okay, so John is your friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I don't know how to say it. Let's say me
Bear
and
with me.
John.
Let me put this back here.
Okay. Me and John are talking, right? Just talking. Obviously, when you're talking for the sake of getting to know each other, but also like at the back of your mind, you're like, oh, maybe in the future, we're gonna be
It could,
together.
yeah. We're
Something
not
could
wasting our
happen.
time here.
Cool. In the talking stage, obviously, like for me, it's like there's two ways. The men sometimes, actually not sometimes, they fake it till they make it because obviously they're trying to, get you. So of course you're gonna hear anything that they're gonna
They
say.
will
Oh,
sweet
you're the
talk to
only girl
you.
I'm talking to. Stuff
Oh,
like that.
especially
When it's like in the talking stage, I believe that like, whether you're a woman or a man, if you want to talk to multiple people,
just be honest about it.
just
Honestly,
be honest. At the end of the day, like I'll probably do the same episode to you because I need to keep my options open.
it's true.
If you're not the one that
I mean, are you open about that though?
Oh yes.
Okay. That's the most important thing. That as long as you are doing it and
Yeah, like I don't mind talking to multiple people, but like I'm not someone who. That's why if I'm talking to you, I'm just talking to you, to get to know you. In what sense?
Will you stay if the person is like talking to multiple people?
If you're talking to multiple people, that means I'm doing the same thing.
But are the two of you open about it? Like
Yeah, like as soon as like, for example, as soon as like I know that like we like each other. Okay, so what like in my head I already know that like if I'm talking to someone, potentially there's gonna be a relationship that's gonna birth. But if in your head you're telling me, oh no, you're the only woman that I want and stuff like that, and it's like, mate, I know that I'm not the only woman that you want.
yeah, talking to basically.
And it's like you have to be honest. Like you can just tell me, oh, by the way, there's someone else I'm actually like that I'm attracted to as well.
That I'm talking to.
And I want to explore both of you. But like, oh, okay, cool, that's fine.
Why does this sound like
Oh,
Love
wait.
Island? Sorry.
I mean, it actually is.
Okay, wait. But in that case, would you stay? Like, would you keep talking to the person even though you know that there are other options for him on his side? Would you stay and talk to the person?
Yeah, me, I don't care.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I found my one, I'll leave you, innit?
Glory be to God.
What if you like this person? You are thinking about a future with this person, and this person is talking to other people as well. You're actually attracted to this person, so you would stay, but the other person comes out and says, I am talking to another person I think I might be interested in. Would you still stay?
Tough question, isn't it?
Tough one.
As you can see from my face.
It's a no-no. Okay, so go back to your sassy experience.
Yeah, like first of all, oh my gosh. I'm in trouble, please, guys. Please.
It's John.
It's like, for example, like, oh, let's say me and you, like, we're planning a date, right? And obviously, like, for me, every single time, I always make sure that I bring my wallet because I don't want to hear I'll pay for the date, so therefore, like, you should be able to, like, kiss me or something. I'm not going to kiss you. Point blank period.
Is that something happening? Really? Okay. Sorry, I've been out of it for a while.
Like, I've encountered guys where they will take a girl out and they expect something in return.
Because they paid. That is nasty, y'all. That is nasty.
I have never experienced such thing. I've never heard of such thing in my entire life.
If you expect that, I'll slap your face and I'll close the door to you, cry.
No way. Is that what you experienced?
But yeah, and also there's some men that like you're planning, like let's say like you guys are talking, right, and you're working, he's working, but you are talking about like like he just seeing how ambitious you are. I don't like this thing of, oh, you have more money than me. Don't make me angry right now. Just because I work so hard for every single thing that I have, that doesn't mean that like you should come and be like, oh yeah, like you know, like yeah, big mommy, like yeah, you have more money than me and stuff like that. Like
Wait.
That's
Is it the
putting-
attitude of?
their attitude is like, why are you telling me that I have more money than you? What makes you think I have more money than you?
Okay, so
Because
it's
like
just a
you know, so there's some
assumption.
guys that like they think, oh, she has more money than me, so therefore like they expect you to, you know, to spend so much money on them. And it's like, no. And I'm so sorry, but even if like, let's say we're going out, we're planning dates and stuff, you just tell me straight away, by the way, like I'm low on money. So like, is it okay if like you can contribute or something like that? That's completely fine. But if like we're going out, yeah, for example, like it's my birthday.
Bum. That's already a bad place to start.
Should I just story time?
That's what we're waiting for.
I mean, I can't wait for that
Like,
one. Just
Be open.
I'm not gonna mention no names.
No, it's
But-
John. They're all called John.
You know, talking to this guy. It was my birthday.
The pause.
It was my birthday, and obviously, like with me, I'm not someone who's materialistic. I'm not like I don't care about that stuff. If I want something, I just get it myself. Do you get it? But it's like, don't come and talk to me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and that for your birthday when you know that deep down you don't have the finances to do so. I'm more like the girl of I'm a homebody. I don't like to go out that much. You know, so if like you're like, oh, you know what, like, let's go and grab like a chicken Nando's or something. Even though nowadays it's expensive, but you know, like something simple, something small for the boys. You get it? Something small. I don't mind with that because at the end of the day, like for me, you spending time with me is more.
Quality time is more
Important.
important than
Do you know what I mean?
the place.
Like yeah. So yeah, it was my birthday, and you know like. The way this person was talking, oh yeah, like your birthday this, your birthday that. First of all, the person even forgot about my birthday. Realized it was my birthday the same day. Took me out, and then afterwards, we went to the cinema, yeah, and he was like, oh yeah, I bought a ticket, so I think you should pay for the food.
Sorry. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Tickets are not that expensive.
£10.
The food at the cinema, they're extortionate.
Oh, wait. You know what he wanted? He wanted popcorns and the slushy.
And you had to pay for that.
I paid for it.
Those boys. Okay, I'm not gonna bash boys because it's tough nowadays. This economy is not easy. But if you want a girl, work for it before, child.
Honestly,
Man up your economy if you have not. If you don't have the chance, don't do it. And you're by force, so
Yeah, cannot lie, that was very off-putting. Yeah, that was very off-putting. I was like, yeah, forget
and so you guys were talking for a while.
it.
Have
Took for
been
a few months.
months.
Yeah. Few months, but then afterwards what happened was that because of that, after that I was like, yeah, you know what? No, thank you, I'm good. Yeah, I had to come back from uni. And I was like, yeah, communication's gonna be off.
say, got it.
and it was off. Like I've been with mom and dad. I'm so sorry, but I've been with people that like you know, most of the times whenever we're going out, I had to pay. Yeah, I feel like only recently, you know, I've encountered some men that you know, yeah,
They still have
that sense somehow.
some sense in their bodies, in
Yeah,
their brains.
but
Praise God.
yeah, like that. Like, I feel like nowadays men want to be treated as women.
The thing is, money is a sensitive topic. But
Since when?
nowadays, it has become very sensitive. I don't know, like, right now, men, sometimes they even use the excuse of, oh yeah, I just, need to work on myself. and I need to focus on the business, and I feel like you're gonna be my distraction, blah blah blah. Okay,
I hear that. Don't come and date me.
No, but see, this is where I find the issue, because I'm like, if you're saying all of that stuff, but then let's say that, like, because I believe that men will change for a woman that they truly want to be with.
Exactly that.
But it's like, now you're saying all of this to me, and when I'm trying to, move away from you, you want to apply more pressure. You want to apply more pressure in a sense of like, like they want you to be there, they don't want you to go away. And it's like, you just said to me that I'm going to be a distraction. You just said to me that you need to focus on your business. Why do I need to be there when you need to be focused on something? Because now, if I want that attention, you're not going to give it to me. So what is the point? Because I've been in situations where, not even I've been in situations, I haven't, God forbid. But, I've spoke to like some of my friends, and, like they were going out with same guys. And, the guys were like, oh, like, right now I'm not ready for a relationship because of this, because of that. But as soon as they met the woman that they truly wanted to be with, they did everything.
Absolutely. We know they do.
Going on dates, buying gifts, holidays, wherever, like, even in terms of commitment, like, they're actually willing to be committed. But it's like, for me, that's such a problem, because I'm like, I don't feel like men realize that, where as it is, some of us have daddy issues. Some of us, the reason why we crave love so much from men is because our dads never gave us that type of love. I'm not thinking about myself, by the way. My dad loves me, period. But yeah, because of that, and I mean, like, especially like men nowadays, or even like the men that like grew up in a European environment, you see certain things that your parents did. Why do you want to repeat the same mistakes? Even though, like, the same things that are, generational curse and yama yama. I hear it, but I feel like, once you come to Christ, like, every single time is a battle. But if you truly want to have a successful life where your marriage is successful and everything, like, you should fight for it. Like, and I feel like men now, like, I'm so sorry, but yes, your traumas have traumas, but you really need to fight. Like, what do you want? Like, do you have a vision for your life?
It becomes so lazy. There's no vision. There is just, I want to enjoy now. But what about the future?
Yeah.
Like, don't you see yourself in the future with like you, actually, like, you say feeding, but it's feeding your children.
Yeah, like, it's not even that, like,
having
also,
a family and
you need to remember that, like, once you have like a child, like, you also need to be there for them. You need to be there for them emotionally. Do you have the emotional intelligence to actually like take care of your kids, your wife? Like, I feel like some men, not everyone, please don't come and kill me, but some men, they really lack emotional intelligence.
Yeah, but let me come in defense to my boys here. They were not raised to have emotional intelligence.
That is true.
We were raised to have emotional, because we have them naturally.
That's true, but I believe that we can learn.
We can learn, absolutely, but we didn't, because, so, feminism.
This feminism thing is a problem.
Thing is, we had the idea that men were supposed to do as men don't cry. That was still, like, a decade ago, that was still a thing.
It's true, though. There have been,
you have suppressed your emotions. Yeah. You have to be a man. You don't show certain
characters, certain emotions.
You can't expose yourself like that. And so that's what boys with families saw from their parents. That's what they saw from so that's their role models. That's what they saw in their families. That's what they saw their dad act like. And for those who didn't even have a role model, imagine, who did they have as a role model? Usually a male without a father, first role model is the prison guard. Imagine. That's not fancy, but that's the truth, unfortunately. So boys were not raised to have emotional. They've never been raised to have emotional until now. Basically, until now, we have transformed them in like in girls. Some of them are mostly showing a lot
The
of
traits.
girly traits.
Not gonna lie, we can't even blame them because they've been brought up by a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Most of them single women, and so yeah, it is what it is. But we can't expect them to show emotional intelligence or other things that they weren't taught.
That's completely understandable. That's fine.
Bats.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear. I'll give you that.
I don't.
Men.
I mean,
men
they
are
can
intelligent
learn.
though.
They can learn.
They can learn.
That's true.
Like
There
if
are
it's
so many
something that you
resources right now.
really you know that you have to have to change. You know that you don't want to bring that into you don't want to take that into your future. Chala, you will go. You will take up the thing and say, you know what? As for me and my household, from now on, we're gonna do what our parents have not done.
And it goes back to what you said before earlier. Men will do the most for the woman that they want, actually. So women, we should get ourselves together and understand if the man is not willing to change, it's because he doesn't want you. Period. Just collect your stuff. There is a better man for you out there. Chale.
Honestly,
110%.
even though we do say that there are plenty that there are not.
There's some good guys.
There are good guys out there.
But now the ratio.
To be honest, there are some good guys.
But the ratio right now is so low. So now women are fighting for just one man.
That's the problem.
3 women are fighting just for one man.
Yeah, but why are 3 women fighting for one man?
Because there are no men.
No, because the standards of women have gone so high. These poor men cannot even compete. Poverty. They cannot even compete in the market because you are all fighting for that perfect blue-eye CEO with good character and who has the therapist. He's gone to the therapist to see the therapist so that he can build himself up. You want Stephen Bartlett. That's who you want. The Diary of the CEO. That's who you want. The perfect guy. Everybody wants that perfect guy. So suck it up.
But then at the end of the day, I feel like once you actually get to know the person and once you know, for me, it's
You must
honesty.
be willing.
Honesty. If you're honest with me, I will, and obviously, and vice versa. For me, I would actually see if I'm willing to suffer.
See, are you okay, actually? You know what? This is something that is built in women, from what I heard recently. That women will usually go for a man that is financially and physically higher, in a higher status than themselves.
Yeah.
Men are growing shorter. What can we do about that? Men are earning even less than women nowadays. Are you willing to be in a relationship with a man who is earning less than you?
It's not possible though.
It is.
I feel like it's not possible
For what?
because if you actually earn as a woman, if you earn a lot more than a man, that means that you in the society, in the hierarchy, you are heading there, you are above.
Yeah,
as
you're
that.
high
So that
status
means
woman.
that
There are a lot
the
of them.
person that is lower than you will never actually be able to understand.
Men will date women that are higher than them.
Yeah, but they will not be able to. They will not be able to understand where you're coming from, why you're doing what you're doing. So, for example, if you're up late in the evening because you have to do this, you have to prepare for a case. For example, if you're a lawyer, you can't date someone. It will be difficult for you to date someone who is not a lawyer
Why not?
because you will not you wouldn't understand the reason as to why you're up this late and have to be in court late at night, until late in the evening.
But then you're setting you're putting a standard, that you're putting a block in that, because men used to do the same before.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So it's hard for you to date someone, or even vice versa. It's hard for you to date someone that is below your class.
But then you have to remember, women weren't working before. So we have done this all generations long. Men haven't done that. This is the first era where women are actually literally equal in terms of more opportunities and the chance to earn more as well.
But I still do think that men have the capacity to actually earn money. I'm so sorry.
They should. They should.
But-
We're not saying they
No,
can't.
because
They
it
can.
still is a man's world. Though. Let me not lie.
Absolutely. They should get up and work.
Because for me, it's
yeah.
laziness. I'm so sorry.
I feel like a lot of men are demoralized right now. There are a lot of involuntary celibates around there. That's what they call incels.
Our
Involuntary celibate. Men who are wanting to be in a relationship, but they don't they don't get the chance to be in a relationship, or they feel like the market is just, the women are too demanding, and they don't have the opportunities to do so. So that's what's going on. I'm defending a lot of these men nowadays.
There you are.
Charlie. It is well. What do you think?
Oh, this conversation is very. I don't agree. I feel like when it comes to that, I feel like it depends on both people. I think like if you guys are willing to be in a relationship, like, you should be able to understand.
Absolutely.
You know, that one is for
it's
sure.
like, it's like it's gonna be difficult, but at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
how much are you willing to tolerate and also to sacrifice? Because I feel like in every relationship, like, there's certain things that you have to compromise on. But
Oh, yeah, big time.
Do you know what I mean? So,
But that's what I
Yeah.
was saying. I was about to say is like, how willing are you willing to suffer? I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
but it's suffer.
yeah, relationship
To tolerate,
it's tough,
to sacrifice,
it's
to
tough.
compromise for that person that you're actually getting to know.
Yeah. And then you have to consider the other side of this is men involuntarily celibate right now. They have the option of porn. They have the option of
Charlie, you do whatever you want to do. innit?
games, playing games in the house. And now with chatbots and blah, 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 you can have a girlfriend who actually says yes to every nonsensical stuff that you say, So why would they bother themselves to go outside and find a relationship? It's tough out there.
you're talking to a robot. Like,
There is rejection out there.
Yeah, big time. But it's because obviously,
So why should they do that? Is it worth it
what?
to actually pursue a girl who is another person, and it's just, fighting sometimes? It's beautiful to be in a relationship, to be honest. It is beautiful, but there are the other sides of it, which is just loads of fights, lots of emotions going through, It's just a juggle out there.
yeah, but me, at the end of the day, if you do that, are you happy? Are you content? Like, you can do whatever you want at the end of the day. Like, but you can't really say that because of rejection, I'm just going to stop right there. Charlie.
Sad.
Yeah, it's like, for example, like you're applying for jobs, so you're going to be rejected.
How many times?
Is that going to stop you to apply for more jobs? When you have bills to pay. They say, oh, but universal credit is there. What if you don't get accepted? What are you going to do? You have to find a job somehow.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
like-
The rejection shouldn't be
An
a
excuse.
reason why,
Yes.
an excuse for you to just stop.
And stay home.
Like,
Do
come on.
nothing.
No, I thought...
It's still a sort of attitude for you, isn't it? It is. It's another way of being sassy.
Bro,
Yeah,
like, work for it, man. As people, we need to work for it. It's nothing, nothing's gonna get handed to you like that on a silver plate.
Silver platter.
Charlie, if you're not coming from that family, you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to work hard, and it's like, like, if you truly want something, like, you have to fight for it. And
That's that.
that's that. Look at Jesus.
I was about to say.
That's fine.
Gotta fight for
Got
it.
to endure. And the Bible says that, like, we are created in His image. So that means that suffering is gonna come, whether you like it or not. Are you willing to suffer? Are you willing to, pick up your cross and carry your cross daily? Jesus has to do it. Like sometimes I read the Bible, yeah, like and all these people that were questioning Jesus, or if you're the Messiah, prove it to me. If I was Jesus, yeah, I'm so sorry, I would have slapped all of them.
We sure know that.
I would have because look at the miracles I've done. You think I'm a human being could have done that? No. So like,
And you
and I
still-
showed you that like I am, and like also the love that I'm giving you like shows you that like I am the Messiah. I still don't want to believe me. That means that like in your heart you're willing to to be bitter. You're willing to be like, nah, you know what? I don't believe you. So if you don't believe me, why should I try so hard for you to
Accept
believe me? Why should I? If you, at the end of the day, when it comes to trust, whatever, all of that, if you truly want to trust the person, you can. If you don't want, that's because, like you say, you want to be a victim. In my eyes,
True that.
if you want to be a victim, like because they cause the pain to you, like now you're like you know what, I'm gonna be bitter about it. Like I need you to work so hard for you to gain my trust, and it's like I've been in this situation before, but it's like it's not good. Because like being a victim, like I don't think people realize the devil's going to use that.
Child.
The devil's literally going to use that, and if you're not careful, it's gonna literally destroy your life.
I mean, he's the main
This
victim.
victim mentality, I feel like we need to stop it. A girl broke your heart. Not every single guy's gonna break your heart. A boy broke your heart. Not every
Right.
single boy's gonna break your heart.
Right.
Like it's time for all of us to grow. Grow, whether you're Christian or Christian, it's time for you to grow. There's certain things that you cannot allow in your life anymore. Especially if you truly want to be happy, if you truly want to experience peace. There's certain things that you have to let go of. And it's not easy to let go of something that like, you've been into for so long.
Yeah.
But for your own sake, look at yourself. Look at like your behavior and everything. Look around like your character, around your friends, how do you behave and stuff. Do you still want to be that kind of person?
That's a word right there, yo.
Do you still want to be insecure? Like, they're like, men are men. Men, whether they like us or not.
They're human beings.
Yeah, they're still going to be here. They're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. For
yes,
sure.
They're dumb sometimes. They have their own struggles and stuff, but I need them to stop using the excuse, God broke my heart, so therefore I'm going to break everybody's heart.
That's
I
immature.
won't be able to trust them.
That's childish.
That needs to stop. Also, just be honest. We're humans. We're humans. Not everything's gonna be perfect. There gotta be certain things that it's gonna be tough. But it's like, just be honest. Don't lie.
Honestly.
When you lie, that's when the things that you bring into the relationship situation, just gonna destroy everything, and it's not worth it. Honestly, it's actually not worth it. Especially as a Christian, and you're trying to pursue someone, at the same time you're doing things behind their backs. At the end of the day, it's gonna come out, and it's gonna come out. And I don't think you understand. You'll literally bring more trauma
True.
into yourself, into the other person.
Oh God.
And we're supposed to receive healing and stuff. But how can you receive healing when your heart doesn't work?
Yeah.
Hey! Oh my God. I love it.
As well.
Sorry, team. We had some technical difficulties, so bear with us. You will hear it. You will hear it.
But yeah, you can continue. Sorry, we actually
Interrupted your sister.
while you were flowing.
I don't remember what I was saying. Sorry.
It's funny. And the funny thing is, I'm speaking with a microphone as well, so it's gonna be so interesting, guys. You're gonna hear me and not hear me, whatever. But I've got not much important stuff to say. She's got something to say. You were talking about. We were actually encouraging men, and I think it was in the terms of you should just not, give up just because of rejection. You should just man up and do the thing. It's hard, but you gotta do it. And then I think there was a topic. We were still on the topic of sassiness, right?
Yes.
And anything you want to share about sassiness as well? Just to finish.
I really want to understand why men expect women to text them first.
That one, I really, really would love that topic as well. I would love to hear why they have that. And if there are any men actually listening to us, hopefully there are, because the target of this episode is mostly men. But a lot of things said to be women to women as well. But if you are many of you're listening right now, please give us a feedback concerning why do you expect women to text you first? Like, I need to understand that. Please, we need to understand that.
Yeah, like I feel like maybe like this is because they want to feel wanted.
Once upon a time, it was the woman who was supposed to be wanted, isn't it? Once upon a time, I guess. No more. But, it is what it is. I feel like we should continue this topic in the future with our sister Judith, and we shall do so. But for now, would you say, do we wrap it up?
Yeah, we need to wrap it up because if not, we can just stay here for a very long time.
My God.
Because it's a never-ending cycle, and there's so much to say, and there's so much little time to actually just put everything in just one episode. So you will hear from us again.
Absolutely. We would love to have you back. Absolutely. And so,
she will come back, definitely, guys. Honestly, I love talking to her, and I hope you guys actually enjoyed this episode and enjoyed having her here. And if you do, please do say so in the comments down below.
Yes, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can receive every notification for when we post.
Yeah.
And
follow us on Instagram and on TikTok, because I do take my time to post on TikTok.
She is
okay.
So she's even bossing you around right now.
But now, guys, thank you so much for actually joining today. Yes. And we'll actually hear from you next
time. Yes, this was Conversations with Cases. Your girl Aji,
Judith,
and your girl DK.
Shalom, y'all.
Peace.